Y'all, it's your boy Coach One Stack, man, tapping in from Las Vegas, nice and live. How y'all feeling today? Let's get it. Let's get it.
Top of it, top of it,
Let's
top.
get it. Top of the morning, top of the morning.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Top of the morning.
Top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Step. Top of it, top of it, top of it.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Welcome to Coffee with Coach One Stack, man. Grab your coffee. Let's have a little bit of positive affirmations before we make our way to work. And it's time to go to that gym this morning, y'all. We got business to take care of out in Las Vegas. How's everybody feeling this morning? Did everybody get enough sleep? If you didn't, hey man, throw something up in the chat. Let me know where you from. Let's see who's in here talking to me this morning. You know, it's 5 o'clock out here in Vegas, people. Let me know who we got in here. I want to talk about a few things that's been in the news lately. One of them is being the person that they found suspended by this part of his body in Mississippi. He's a college student. Real sad. But sound off. Let me know where y'all from, man. Get your coffee, guys. I know you guys getting on. I know everybody's getting ready to go to work or go to wherever they need to go, getting their kids dressed. So let's have some positive words this morning before we get moving out that house to make sure we covered by God. Instead of waking up sitting in this phone all day swiping, because God is good all the time, and without God we're nothing. We got to start our day with Him. You dig? Plus, I got a few stories I want to tell y'all. What's up, Soul? Hold on, let me get my glasses. See, I even had to bring my glasses to make sure I can see. It's early. Yeah. What's up, Soul Rebel? How you feeling? Where you from, Soul Rebel? Where are you from? And plus, I want to ask you guys. I got 8 people in here. Man, how do y'all feel about people around the country getting fired if they talk about Charlie Kirk? Cause they don't push my content out when I post stuff about him. But for all these other black entertainers and stuff, man, they push that stuff out. So how do y'all feel about that? Because there's a lot of people in the military that are getting fired. They got teachers that are getting fired. If you say something ill will about this man, they'll fire you. I just want to know, how do you guys feel about that in the comments? And if you're in here, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you talk to me, I talk back, people. I want y'all to have a beautiful day. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about these young black men that's been being found in the South with stuff around this part of their body right here, and they have been unalived. Asian Cola, what keeps me going every day? Jesus. That's what keeps me going. That's who wakes me up. That's who puts air in my lungs. And the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, guys, I get into a scripture. I'll listen to it because my eyes is hurt. I go to my Bible and I hit play, and I listen to a few scriptures, and that gets my day started, on the right note, without doing, I don't get in my social media. I've done a few things before I even get on here and went live with y'all. Hello, this is Chains. I'm a lost island near Tasmania. I bet you do. What's up, King AJ? Where you from, Brody? Where you from, Brody? Talk to me. Yeah, 23 people here. Smash that like button. I want to know, like I said, this ain't no diss to Charlie Kirk up in here, but I'm wondering, how do y'all feel about people losing their job if they speak any ill will about this man? But we supposed to have freedom of speech here in America. How you guys feel about that? And guys, tap this screen. If you come in here, go ahead and tap that like button, man. I got about a cool hour with y'all today, maybe an hour and a half. But tell me how you guys feel about that in the comments. And God, don't be scared. Like, it ain't gonna be no judgment over here. And if you've never been to my chat before, well, no, I'm ex-law enforcement. So I look at the law a little bit different. I also did a lot of little shit in the streets. So I look at things different, but I've been delivered by our Lord Savior, Jesus Christ, for the last 8 years, people. God is the way. Okay, what's up, Laura? Where you from, Laura? Keith Cook. Honestly, I feel it's sad because Charlie Kirk's no longer on this earth anymore. That man did preach and agree with him 100%. He spoke the gospel about Jesus Christ. You know, I can respect that, Keith Cook, because everybody has their own opinions. You know, I don't have my opinion of him that way, you know, due to some other things, but it ain't about that. But what definitely happened to him, he didn't deserve to have that happen to him. Nobody does. But the fact that they're firing people, I don't think that's cool, because here's the thing. I don't feel his life is no more important than my mother's life. When my mother died, they didn't put her on the news. When some of your relatives died, they don't put them on the news and fire people if they talk about them. So, I mean, it's really sad, but what makes him more important than you or I? Matter of fact, what makes him more important than any of us? You understand what I'm saying? To have this kind of pull. He's gone. He's out of here. We all have an appointment that we gonna make in heaven. And we can't change that appointment because we didn't make that appointment. And so he's somebody who had their appointment. And this account is my father's. He even uses it came from my phone. His name's Cole. What's up, Colton? How you feeling, Brody? Where you from? And guys, everybody can have their differences of opinion. That's why we're all different people. I just ask that we just keep it all respectful, because we all have different beliefs. So now, Keith, Colton, let me ask you how you feel about all the black people who have been getting found in the South, right, with stuff around this part of their neck, and they've been unalived. How you feel about that? Because tell me how you feel about that as well. Oh, and let's not forget the missing truck drivers and the children that's in Virginia that have been getting kidnapped by people in these ice cream trucks that have been riding around till 2, 3 in the morning. Riders, coach, if someone holds a public position dealing with the public, their view is supposed to remain neutral. They are. And riders, I totally agree. And so that's why I said, you know, we all can, you know, agree to disagree. But the thing is, I don't feel that his life was no more important than mine, yours, your family, or anyone else's. But if it was your family or whatever, you know, you would hear nothing about it, just like we do each and every day. What made his life so special? Because it wasn't. I don't feel that his life is no better than mine or any of your guys' life. Denur, what I think about Islam, I think it is a very cool religion, bro. One of the most peaceful things I ever experienced was going into a mosque. Clifford, Las Vegas, Nevada. Big dog, where you from? Her introvert. If they had a pal, nobody would mess with them in the South. Yeah, but yeah. It was no more important. Thank you, Slow. I appreciate that. Jay Walker, yeah, I'm from Vegas, Brody. Born and raised. King Lion, what's up with you, King? Yeah, you know, that's my thing. It's no, you got people running around here with their flags at half mast. All I'm saying is, it's unfortunate what happened to him. I don't wish that upon anybody. I'm ex-law enforcement, man. I took 2 people's life during the course of being in law enforcement, and it don't feel good unless you just have to really do it. But guys, they won't push my content out if I make a video about him. It's like, oh, you ain't, if I talk about Epstein or I talk about him, they don't push that out. But if I talk about all this other stuff, these industry people, they pushing that out. You know, I don't know if you guys knew it, but out here in Las Vegas, I hit oh, hold up. Hey, Mr. Stepper, man, shout out to you, Mr. Stepper. You hit them 51K subscribers. I need to subscribe to your channel, bro, for real. Mike Rose, his life was special because yeah, but see, Mike Rose, all of our lives were special. His life is no more special than mine. I advocate peace. I deal with the homeless. His life is no more important than mine, yours, or anybody else's. And it's like that. And that's the problem with this world, man. We be over here, we be worshiping these false idols. I don't worship man, I worship up here. And he's a man like me. I mean, now it's like I said, it's unfortunate what happened to him, but at the same time, his life ain't no more important than mine. And we all have an appointment with our maker, and you can't change that appointment. And hey man, it was crazy because when they thought it was an illegal immigrant who did that, or it was somebody of color, oh man, they up in arms, man. You got black colleges that are getting bomb threats, all kind of stuff. And now they find out, it's one of their own over there. And now they're out for blood. Like, we're supposed to be loving each other. We're supposed to be loving on each other, regardless of our race, creed, color, sexual orientation. But man, it ain't happening like that. And this ain't no freedom of speech either. Brandon Johnson, top of it, big dog. Las Vegas, Nevada. Jacob Josh, good morning. Josh, good morning, Brody. Abe is a sole survivor of the Hellfish Bananas. Okay, whatever you say. To me, I've been living in Las Vegas 18 years. I'm ready for Greece. Hey, Keith Cook, I am born and raised in Las Vegas, man. Born and raised. You're going to really find people, man, out here that are born and raised out here. I watched this city grow. Oh, guess what? That's, bro. Some of y'all people, by any means necessary. Yeah, by any means necessary. My Rose, he would talk to you or anything, and he did so peacefully. And then the thing is, Mike Rose, Jim Jones also talked to people peacefully too. Extremely peacefully. But a lot of y'all too young to remember Jonestown and all the people who drank that Kool-Aid or was forced to drink that Kool-Aid whose life was deleted, Most cult leaders, man, they do talk very calm. I mean, it's like they're like preachers. But what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is don't think that another man's life is more important than yours, because it's not. Nobody's life is more important than yours. It ain't no more important than mine. So what I'm saying is, as I've had a heart attack before, I fell down my steps and broke my foot. Hey, my thing is, Lord, why not me? I'm not exempt from anything. My life doesn't mean more than anybody else's, but they're not going to start firing people. People are losing their job, their livelihood for opening up their mouth and using their First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And if you ain't figured it out by now, hey, Las Vegas, Brody. I think the thing about it is people watched him, did like him. Something happened, hurt those viewers, just like I'm watching you. I feel you, Slow. And there's people that didn't like him. And my thing is, I don't have an opinion about him, but my thing is, people pass away every day. You're firing people. Come on. I think it goes a little far when you're firing people off of their careers because they choose to talk or not agree with someone. Like, where do we do that at? We got people losing their jobs, losing their careers. People in the military getting kicked out the military because you opened up your mouth and you talked about what happened to him. Ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool about that. What about all these people getting killed, getting deleted in Chicago each and every day? Little kids. You don't see them on the news. Nobody raising high flag to them. You got people every day, man, that's getting, they out of here. But you don't see anything for these people. Nothing. But I get it though. Nick, where'd you see me at? Hold up. There you go. Maybe my camera looked a little. Need to clean my camera off. Does it look better now? Yeah. You haven't seen me in Nevada. To me, I'm not judgmental of all human beings. Exactly, Key Cook. That's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I'm saying. We all have our different opinion. I have a question. Nah, I don't have nothing against the guy. It could slow. It could be you. if you passed away, your life ain't no more important than mine, bro. Your life ain't no more important than my mother who passed away. His life is not more important. And if guys, if you feel that another human being's life is more important than yours, you got to do some soul searching, because your life is just as valuable. But how many of your family members, right, have passed away and now they're firing people if they say something about it? Ain't nothing right about that. That's like you're telling people if you don't agree with what I'm talking about, you're gonna lose your job. That ain't what we do. That's not a democracy. That's some dictator shit. So it's not even about him. We could be talking about Charlie Sheen. It'd be the same conversation. It could be Snoop Dogg. It's gonna be the same conversation. His life ain't more important. It could be anybody. It could be Denzel Washington. His life ain't no more important than anybody else's in this chat. That's all I'm saying. Heart introvert, exactly. Brandon, man, just chilling. That's all I'm saying. Freedom of speech. But now, Major and Rice, I don't even know you to block you, bro. People are still drinking the Kool-Aid. And nah, we're slow 5-0. People are saying that his life is more important. When you're going on people's job and you are getting fired for speaking your piece about just a man who ain't here no more. He's just a man who ain't here no more. Nobody should be losing their job behind that. Nobody should be losing their like their money and their careers and stuff, to where you can't take care of your family. Nobody should lose that. People have their own opinion. Everybody should be, just like in this chat, man. I never, man, blast you out for voicing your opinion, even though when people say a lot of disrespectful stuff. That's all I'm saying. We are separated, and riders, and that's the way I feel. Check this out, because I really don't like doing politics and religion. Guys, they make you pick a side with all this Republican, Democrat shit. They make you pick a side. You're forced to pick a side. Me, I don't want to pick a side. I just want the people in office that are going to do right by the people. See, man, out here in Vegas, let me explain something to you. If you guys have ever come to Vegas, you don't see all these homeless people out here. You don't see all these homeless people not even a couple miles from downtown, where people, where all the tourists spending all their money. You don't see the side alleys and the tunnel people that live in the underground sewers. You don't get to see all that. These people can't get no help. They came, guys, we had a mental hospital here. And in the last couple of years, they gave these people their last dose of medication and they just kicked them out to the streets. These are the things that should be concentrating on. It shouldn't be any hungry people in Las Vegas or anywhere else, especially here. Should they throw away more food than, Exactly, Slow. So I'm just saying, man, his life ain't no more important than anybody else's, man. And don't ask me nothing like that, Super Fries. Fire, where did I want? Yeah, and Roger, at the end of the day, man, you have to stand for something or fall for anything. You should be able to talk about and have your own opinion about whatever you want, no matter what it is. And you shouldn't have to be thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired. So we're gonna get off Charlie Kirk, guys. We off of that subject, okay? We're gonna talk about the black student that was found suspended from a tree in Mississippi, because it's been all kind of young black men that are being found. It's been going on for a year, that have been found in the South suspended with a rope from a tree. What's up with this? Because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I used to be a cop for a very long time, detective. Black people don't hang themselves. How do y'all feel about that? All of these people, these young students getting found on these campuses, supposedly, are doing themselves in with a rope. How do y'all feel about that? That's what I want to know. Oh, rioters. I did not know about a social media clause. Thank you, bro. I didn't even know about that. Good game. Good looking. I didn't, like I say, guys, I don't know everything. That's why I ask questions, you know? But we offer him, yeah, now they want to, yeah, a melody. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But you can't really say that on here. Tell me how y'all feel about that. Because it's not just that person. There are several guys. It's been people that's been found like that in the South for the last year. Young black men. How do y'all feel about that? Then I'll get on. How do y'all feel about these missing children that's been coming up missing in Virginia, but they've been having these ice cream trucks that been running around till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, which when do you know an ice cream truck to work that late? And when somebody follow one of the ice cream trucks home to his destination at 3 in the morning, is 3 people that got out completely covered in plastic, and they jump into a car with dealer plates and they leave. Guys, you only cover yourself with plastic if you done went and did some dirt. And you don't want any type of gun residue on your body or any type of DNA on you or to leave any other DNA. That's the only time you walk around covered with plastic. How y'all feel about that? Top of it, Garrett. Where you from? Miss Ashland is very suspect. Cause I'm here to tell you, man. Listen. I was law enforcement for 13, 14 years, and I only found 2 people of my color that did they self in, and they did it by way of gunshot. My people, no, we don't hang ourselves. I'm sorry, we don't do that. That ain't something we do. But that's what's going on in the South right now, and that's what people are trying to keep quiet and not talk about. But what do we do about that? And then some people have been made to look like they did that to themselves, but the thing that don't add up is you could see from the tracks in the brush that somebody drugged them and drugged their feet along to the location of where they were found. And they drugged their feet to the location where they were found, and all of a sudden they're being suspended, but their feet are still on the ground. So it's made to look like they did it. How y'all feel about that? Synovia, you're absolutely right. I think a lot of that is going on as well. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button when you come in. Hit that like button, people. Yeah. You know, what are we going to do about that? Do we bring the National Guard in for that, people? I just want to know. Do we bring the National Guard in for that? To start investigating some of these people that are being found like that? Hey, Nayana birthday. That college where the guy was found out a couple days ago, my uncle actually went to that college. It used to be called Mississippi Delta. It was a junior college back in the day. My uncle actually went to that school, but he's 71 years old. He actually had a scholarship to go to that school. And Mississippi right now is still one of the most racist states in the country. You know, it's a whole different level of racism down there. Sin King, Mississippi. But people have been getting suspended all through the South, Alabama, all kind of places. Here, let me show y'all something, man. Hold up. Tell me how y'all feel about this. Tell me how y'all feel about this right here. Hold up. Here you go. How do y'all feel about this? That's Alabama. How do y'all feel about this? This is a sign in Alabama that's up right now as we speak. Please tell me y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. E-Real 225. Sending love from Colorado. Be safe out there. How you doing, Miss Ashland? Yeah, people being hunted. Sharon, what's up, Sharon? How you been, baby? Educate our kids, teach them, don't be in that type of position to get that done. You have to really watch who you with right now, because I think a lot of these people that are getting this stuff done, they think that these people are their friends, but your supposed friends are over here doing stuff to you. That's what I truly believe. Drew, nobody. No, what I'm saying is, how come the National Guard is not down here trying to protect some of these people where this stuff is going on at? Why are they not doing that? Because truth be told, Drew, the National Guard is not even supposed to be used against the American people. The National Guard, by law, is only supposed to come out, when people are rioting or when they have martial law, and none of that stuff has happened. You're not supposed to use the American military against the American people. You're not supposed to do that. Only in a case of martial law. And if we was gonna have the National Guard, well, the National Guard should have been at the nation's capital on June 5th when they stormed that Capitol and did what they did. That's where the National Guard should have been at. Hey, Christopher. Hey, man, you can get up out the chat. This is my chat. You can get up out of here, bro. Hey, Mike Bircher. Top of the morning, brother. Sending you love from Las Vegas. Does the sun really stay up for 6 months out there? And if so, how you do with that? Of course, it's wrong. How you feel about the slaying Ukrainian women in transit? Oh, riders. I think a lot of it is wrong. I mean, if you really want my opinion of it, if you really look around the world, okay, you have your president, you have your Islamic community in Dearborn, Michigan, biggest Islamic population here in the country. Well, they sold to Donald Trump, and they sold their votes to him because he told them that he would take care of Gaza. And look what he did to Gaza. I feel that way about anybody around the world, not just black people. That's for anybody. Nobody should be victim to this stuff. If you want to get deeper than that, who do you think are the biggest recipients of sex trafficking? These young immigrant kids that nobody will miss. Like, it goes around the board. Noodles, man. What's up, Dawson? Top of the morning. Let me pin this comment. Jesus is my friend. Lawless, well, there's crime everywhere, even here in Las Vegas. But my point is, you're not supposed to use the military against the American people. That's just the way it is. You don't see that you have somebody that came into office who number one, a 34 convicted time felon, okay? Number two, that's getting ready to start a war, okay? Now, while y'all sitting here feeling all safe in your house and you guys agree with what's going on, what happens when that war jumps off and somebody presses that button? Then what are you gonna do? I hope y'all seen Mad Max in the Thunderdome, and you can make sure you go try to get you some water, some things that's worth something. Fabricated. Oh, you one of them MAGAs. Fabricated. Man, let me explain something to you. Your President Trump is a fucking crook. He's a crook. And when he built Trump Towers, all he had was a bunch of the Russian mafia living in his building. And that's a true and known fact. That's a known fact. He had most of the Russian mafia living in Trump Towers in Brighton Beach, New York. Stop playing with me. What's up, Jet Life? That's all I'm gonna spit is the facts. I'm keeping it real. A lot of, and it's really sad because, like I said, I don't put no judgment towards anybody in here, but a lot of y'all, man, you would drink the Kool-Aid. If Jim Jones was alive, you would drink his Kool-Aid. I promise you would drink his Kool-Aid if he was alive. Man, y'all be sipping that Kool-Aid without a second thought. You're like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, let's drink it. Mike Bircher, it's not for me to judge. Jesus Christ is going to judge you at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we all got to sit in front of our maker and answer to what we did. They're not going to ask me what y'all did. They're going to ask me what I did. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you the truth. And a lot of people feel that when you speak about the truth, you're being judgmental or you upset. It's really just telling the truth. Oh, yeah, they don't even know who Jim Jones is. You're right. I be forgetting, Sharon, you know. And if you don't know, oatmeal. If you don't know who Jim Jones is, y'all better go look it up because he was a nice, smooth talking cult leader and had people deleting themselves, one of the biggest mass suicides in history. But he wasn't even man enough to take his own life. He had somebody do it for him. It is, and the thing is, this ain't no Kamala Harris Trump like chat. My point being, if you had a woman in office, we wouldn't be going through the things that we're going through. I want you guys to leave in the comments one thing that this man has done for the people since he's been in office. What has he done for the people? Because he ain't did shit for me, and I'm not just saying me as a black person. He has done nothing for the people, nothing for the people. So y'all tell me what he did for the people. Nah, well, L Central, you didn't see her do anything messed up because she wasn't in office. Clipper, a Clipper. Shout out to you for your service. Thank you for your service, Clipper. How do you feel about people being in the military and you can't even open up your mouth and talk? How do you feel about your president? He was never in the military. He had a bone spur and chickened out of the military, so he didn't have to go to Vietnam. But yet he why don't you have like a 5-star general in charge of the military? You have somebody in charge of the military that has a damn worm on their brain. Come on, man. And that's an ex-drug user. Hey, Gary Funderburk, those stimulus checks, he ain't give you that. That's your damn money. Don't y'all think for 1 minute that Donald Trump gave you a stimulus check because he didn't give you shit. Matter of fact, your first stimulus check was late because he wanted his name written on the check, printed on the check. Your stimulus check is your hard-earned money. He didn't give you nothing. Exactly, Rosalind. Exactly. Writers, exactly. That's my point. Right. Why does everybody keep saying that with the stimulus checks we got? Hey, Jet Life, I don't mean no disrespect towards anybody. But man, if you would sell your soul for this little $1,000, $1,200 stimulus check, guys, you really got some problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. That ain't shit. That little 12, 13, 50, that ain't shit. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna really do with that? With the price of stuff in this country? What are you really gonna do with that? Yeah, Clipper, definitely. I'm just saying, you have people here that, okay, guys, do I have any women in the chat? If I got any women in the chat, leave a 7. What's up, Valerie? Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Let's see how I'm looking today. If I got any women in the chat, throw a 7 up in there. Yeah, Sharon, your friend was misguided and undecided. Okay, so check this out. Hey, ladies, I want to know, how do you really feel? How do you really feel that a bunch of decrepit ass old white men got up here, man, and said that and made a law saying that you were not allowed to have an abortion and it's your body? It's your body. How do you feel that some people, they eggplant don't even get hard? They can't even please a woman. They ain't been with a woman in a million years, but they made a decision that you cannot go get an abortion for your body. Tell me how y'all feel about that, ladies. Please tell me how you feel about that. I want to know. Tell me how y'all feel about that. I need to know. while I make my oatmeal. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. These people, man, can't even get a damn erection. They can't even get an erection, but they're telling you that you can't have that you can't get an abortion. Yeah, and it's a lot of people getting back alley abortions too. That's the cold part about it. It's a lot of ladies getting back alley abortions, and that stuff is not healthy. But it's like, what do you do? Do you want to go to prison? It's like a woman can be raped. She can be raped, right? She can be raped, but she can't go get her business taken care of. Come on, man. Exactly. It's definitely rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Hey, writers, check this out. It's not for us to enforce the law. It ain't for me or you to enforce the Bible, bro. That's everybody's choice. That's the thing about a democracy. See, a lot of y'all's getting caught up in this Bible. Remember that the Bible was originally Arabic. It was translated 4 times. Who translated it? And at the end of the day, people are so quick to itemize sin. It ain't no man's business what a woman wants to do with her body. It is no man's business what a woman wants to do with her body. If she want to go get 20 abortions, that's her business. That's her body. And any of y'all men, and I hate to tell you, any of y'all men who feel any different, I'm sorry for you, man. And I would hate to see what type of relationship you in. You're not supposed to worry about what a woman does with her body. You know why? Because it's her body. It's definitely her body. Well, that's not murder. See, Willie, you shouldn't be worried. Man, let me tell you something. Y'all men, you should not be worried about what a woman does with her body. Period. Period, point blank. See, and then I'm gonna put y'all on blast. For those of y'all who say you're Christian, you can't be a Christian. I'm gonna tell you why. You can't be a Christian. Because if you're a Christian, you wouldn't be judging somebody for going to go get an abortion. It's really not your business. If you are truly a Christian, then you already know that what the next person does, it is not your business. You are not here to judge what goes on with the next person in their business. You're not here to do that. That's not your job. And so with that being said, that covers a whole lot of stuff. You dig? It's not up for anybody in here to worry about the next person sinning. That's not your business. That's not my business. Jordan, of course. Yeah, you Melody, that's right. You pray for everybody. That's it. It's not our business. That's like me looking at one of y'all saying, hey, you're this and that. That's not my business. You have to meet your maker. If you get an abortion, you have to go talk to your maker. And ain't nobody gonna know what you got going on between you and your maker but you and him. And that's the only thing that matters. See, people need to start minding more of their own business and becoming the best version of themselves and not worrying about the next people. It's not your business what the next person does with their life. It really ain't. Yes, I do believe you can be forgiven for any sin. You've been forgiven. God has forgiven you 77 times, 77 times. Why do you think Jesus was sacrificed? Come on, man. Thank you, prayer, man. We're not supposed to be judging anybody or having an opinion about none of that stuff. Carla, top of the morning, sweetheart. Thank you, Glennie. That's all I'm saying. What I'm saying is, while everybody is so worried about the next person's life, what does your life look like? If you have not reached the point of your life where you feel like you financially secure, you have everything you want, and your life is the way you want it, you have no business worried about nobody else's life. It's not your business. It has nothing to do with you. Speak on that. There you go, Sharon. Exactly. So what I'm saying is, how do y'all like that? That people are just telling what you can do with your body and what you can't do with it. You know, how do y'all tell me how you guys feel about all of these shootings that's been going on? Let's talk about the one at the Catholic church / school, and it's this transgender little young boy that did it. How do y'all feel about that? That most of these shootings that are going on are homegrown people. It ain't no immigrants. They're homegrown people that are committing these crimes. I want to know how y'all feel about that. You know what I mean? Life, tell others how to live. Most passing judgment are. That's right, Glenn. Most people are not happy with themselves, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see anybody in a bad place or anything like that, but I don't have an opinion about what you do. It's not for me to, because I'm busy trying to live my own life. And that's cool, William. That's your choice. But it's not your body. And at the end of the day, a woman is the one that has to bear these labor pains, not a man. And if a woman does not want to have a kid, you know what? I commend any woman that felt like, hey, you know what? I don't want to bring a child into this situation and be stuck with one of you useless ass dudes or messed up baby daddies for the rest of their life, because they scared to go get an abortion. Ain't nothing cool about that. That's right, Tupac. Oh yeah, Glenn, no, we got everybody's opinion count. I'm just saying, you know, the thing is, like I said, these people who are making these laws, bro, they can't even sleep with a woman. Come on, man. These dudes is old and decrepit. They can't even get a woman pregnant, but they telling you what you should do. So how does that affect people? It drives up crime, because now you got these people going, to all these different states to go get their stuff done. And if they catch them, you're putting them in jail because they want to take care of their body. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Valerie, I was talking about that earlier. That's the problem. Everybody, listen, let me ask you guys a question. Throw a 7 up in the air. You don't have to agree if you don't want to, but I just want to know, if you think that everybody should be concerned with their own body in their own life, throw a 7 up in the air for me, please. If you feel that, throw a 7 up in the air. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. William, that ain't your business, man. That ain't your business what a woman do, bro. Yeah, that's y'all problem, man. Y'all be worried about other people's business. And worried about another person's business? Guys, that's feminine shit. You're supposed to worry about yourself. How would you like it if you needed, let's just say, a heart surgery to save your life, and somebody made a law said you can't get heart surgery. If you get heart surgery, you're going to go to jail. You don't want nobody telling you what to do with your body and what you can't do with your body. What if they said and told everybody, hey, man, if you got a tattoo, you going to prison? Come on, man. That's called felonizing. You shouldn't be worried about what other people do with their body. You only have to, if you are truly a Christian or you believe in some type of higher power, then you know that you are not supposed to worry about what the next person do. Because when you go meet your maker is going to say, your maker ain't going to say, William Wood, what did such and such do? Did they get an abortion? They're not going to ask you none of that. They're going to ask you what you did. They're not going to ask you about nobody else but you. That means you ain't supposed to be worried about nobody else but you. KR9, check this out. That I don't play. I don't play that calling people devil shit. I don't even play that, Brody. Well, you know, Sharon, some of these dudes like to be in prison because they was prison wives. Some of them left a boyfriend in prison, which y'all fail to realize. That's all I'm saying, Carla. It's your body. And honestly, I commend a woman to go, if she feel like, you know what, hey, I didn't got pregnant by this dude. I don't want this dude to have to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. You know, man, I respect that because you're only hurting a child at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're only hurting a child. What's up, Benji? Oh yeah, Sharon. William Woods will get a chance to find out when he meets his maker. They're not gonna ask you, hey, how do you feel about the abortions that such and such got? They're not gonna ask you that. He's gonna ask you what you did to glorify his name. That's all that they're gonna ask you. And Jesus is gonna ask you that, not God. Because you gotta go through Jesus to even talk to God. So you're dealing with the Holy Spirit right here on earth. I got you, Mr. Stepper. There you go. Bye. There you go, Mr. Stepper. Yeah. I hate saying this, but it might. Nah, Sharon, speak your piece. You're not gonna bother me up in here. You already know how I feel about my chats. I want everybody to be comfortable and be open and be able to talk. But God, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're in here. Tap that subscribe button. The purpose of life the purpose of life is not money, women, and fame. It's the purpose of living truly for Jesus. Amen, Casso. Amen, Casso. Amen, amen, amen. Here. Hey, guys, it's story time, okay? It's story time. Because we're talking about adoption. So let me, here's an example of adoption. And sometimes, you know, when having a kid could actually end up bad for you in some ways. So it's a lady out here in Las Vegas. You know, she had two autistic children, two autistic boys. Now, she could have aborted those boys because she kind of knew they was going to be autistic before they was born. But she had them anyway, okay? And so her ex-husband, just like 2 days ago, he owns a restaurant out here in Las Vegas. He owns a restaurant out here in Las Vegas, black dude too. They just put him in jail for a couple of years and he got probation because what he was he was graping those two underage autistic sons of hers, his stepsons that he adopted. He was graping them. And so for a while, they couldn't communicate to tell the court everything that happened to them. So some time went on, they were able to communicate, and now dude went to prison. But these are the little kids that he adopted. This is what he was doing. Everybody's not meant to be a parent. Some people, man, you have a lot of these people that play for the rainbow community. And if you're part of the rainbow community, shout out to you, man. Everybody's welcome on this channel. But you have a lot of people from the rainbow community that are adopting kids and doing things they shouldn't do to these kids. So why would you even want them to why would you want a kid to go through that? You know, like I told you guys, I am ex-law enforcement. See, I've had to see videos and pictures of a 1-year-old baby who has herpes or genital warts because their parents been sleeping with them. Or the woman went and had this baby, and now this guy's supposed to be helping take care of this baby because she really wanted an abortion, and these kids have been getting touched. You know, I've seen kids who've been deleted, babies who've been deleted because this man decides to penetrate this child to the point to where they deleted this child. Man, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You even have a lot of these women, guys, check this out. You even have a lot of these women selling their babies. I don't like to use the word, but to lesbians, couples, stud couples. You have a lot of people who, because they can't have an abortion, they're having their baby and they're selling the baby to stud couples. That means that baby will never grow up knowing who their true family is. If that baby ever needs some type of medical care, or let's just say a transplant or something like that, you ain't gonna be able to get it because they don't even know who they really are. And now you got a baby calling a woman daddy or a man mommy, and it's asshole backwards. Sonny J, yeah, it's very disturbing. It's the truth though. Like I told you guys, man, I used to be a cop and I'd have played in the streets. And William Wood, just to get a little deeper, and I'm gonna put you in my personal life. On 2 occasions when I was in my 20s, I was asked to get a woman pregnant that was in a lesbian relationship, 2 different relationships. I was asked to get the woman pregnant and to keep sleeping with her until the baby came. And when the baby came, they wanted me to sign some paperwork saying that I had no legal rights to the child just so they could have a child. And of course I wouldn't do that. Do I look like I would have a child running around here knowing that I have a child and not taking care of my child? Come on, man. Yeah. I couldn't tell you how many women that I know who deleted their own kids because they really didn't want them. I know, listen, guys, seriously, I know one. I know 3 girls who deleted their children that I went to high school with. One of them deleted the child themselves, and 2 of them let not even the baby daddy, but a dude that they were dating delete their child because they didn't want their child to begin with and they wanted abortions. Yeah, man, we're here to work. We're here to worship Jesus in a big way, guys. If you ain't figured that out, that we need that Jesus is the answer, I don't know what to tell you. But Jesus is the answer. Ain't no other answer but Jesus. All right, guys, my time is winding down, man. I gotta go. Does anybody have any questions today? Because guys, I thank you for joining, and I pray that all of your families get to their destinations unscathed, that the good Lord keeps his hand wrapped around you while you get to your destinations today. Anybody got any questions? Because I appreciate you guys tapping in. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. Hit that notification bell so y'all know when I'm dropping content. Go ahead and knock that button out, guys. Other than that, man, I want you guys to have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you, brother. Like I said, what's up, Casso? You got a question? You got a question, Casso? What's up? What you got for me? Carla, hold up. Let me go to Carla, hold up. If a child is violated against their will and should not be forced to have those children, someone who can have children could be blessed by taking care of unwanted children. Definitely. They could be, they definitely could be, but you're not guaranteed. See, here's the thing, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. You guys have, in this world, you always have people saying, I didn't have a father. If I would have had a father, I would turn out like this. No, you wouldn't. If you had a good father that taught you something, then maybe you would turn out a certain way. But just because you may not have had a mother in your life or a father, that don't mean that what you would have had was good if you had one. You could possibly have had a mother or father that was pimping you out, that was pimping you out to they church members, which I could tell y'all some stories about that. You could have had parents in your life that never taught you anything. That were you could have had parents that was doing drugs all day and putting their hands on you. So would it have made your life better? You don't know. And since you don't know, it ain't really nothing to talk about. You can't miss what you never had. Just because you may not have had a mother or father in your life doesn't mean that if you had it, it would have been a good one. You don't know, and you'll never know. So it's best to just let it go. Thank you, Deadly. I appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing. Moving, doing by yourself. You got it, Sharon. Trust me, you got it. Other than that, guy, let me see. Casso don't make your money, go get married, get famous, and sell out. I'm saying the sole purpose of living on earth is to worship Jesus. Yes, it is. What time and day is the next live? In the morning. I do my lives in the morning. It's 6:03 in Las Vegas right now. I normally do about 5 in the morning. But other than that, guys, I do have to go. God bless you. Y'all have a beautiful day.